He was brought in December of 2011, more or less to effect a revamp of their digital strategy. He was the very successful CEO of Foxtel, so he was much respected for his ability to drive subscription businesses. Well, it sort of hints at a bit of panic from News Corporation Australia, because he's only been in the job for 18 months. And it seems that in those 18 months he hasn't pulled off the digital coup he was meant to. Digital audience for News Limited is way behind Fairfax. Ad sales on digital is way behind Fairfax. He hasn't pulled off the job he was brought in to do. He made a lot of enemies at News Corp. He put the broom through early on, getting rid of a lot of senior executives, revamping editorial positions. He also he attempted to change the very culture of News Limited from a blokey, scrappy kind of instinct-driven company to a more data-driven research company. He used to talk about ditching the royal order of the tummy compass. So he believed in data-driven performance, and that alienated the kind of very sort of gut-driven journalism that News Limited has been famous for. Williams blotted his copybook in a major way over the negotiations for the NRL rights. He sided, as the head of News Corp Australia, he decided to form a consortium with Nine as the free-to-air partner. Foxtel would take the pay TV games. Nine would air the free-to-air games. Lining up against him was Channel 10, of course, whose chairman is Lachlan Murdoch. Murdoch, I think, expected the inside running, that if News Limited wanted a free-to-air partner, they would sign up with Channel 10. But Kim went with Channel 9. This apparently led Lachlan to burst a pipe, I've heard. He went straight to Rupert Murdoch and demanded Kim's head. I think there'd be scenes of jubilation, because he was never seen as a News Corp kind of guy. He was intellectual, urbane, slightly effete. He liked his opera. He liked his fine wines and good suits. He wasn't a John Hartigan. He was about as opposite to John Hartigan, the previous CEO, as you could possibly get, diametrically opposed types of people. And he wasn't a newsman. He'd never been a journalist. Kim was remote. He never paid much attention. He also became famous for having a volcanic temper. He used to... I've heard stories of the bad Kim and the good Kim, and the bad Kim was just horrendous. You know, I spoke to one woman who broke out in hives at the mere mention of his name when he was coming for a meeting with her. He can be quite a terrifying character, apparently, frothing at the mouth and becoming quite rabid when things don't go his way. He's also a genius. He's also an absolute data freak, a man with a phenomenal memory, who can apparently memorise by rote P&L statements. And he's, by all accounts, a very interesting, conflicted, complex man.